Okay. Um, well, let's talk a little bit about these other, and again, we're just getting into all these different, I know you have a lot more products than what we have here at the Garden Center, and it seems every time you come in, you sell me more on one or two. So ultimately, we're going to end up probably having them all. But we've started with the Happy Frog, the Ocean Force. We know about the soil. What do you say? These are your top three sellers here, and what are they, and what do they do?
Basically, our three liquids are for the daily, weekly gardener. That person that wakes up in the morning and they can't wait to go outside, even if it's just to deadhead those geraniums. We have probably my number 2 selling product after the Ocean Forest soil is Big Bloom. Now, this is a little deceiving, the name. It's actually a catalyst. It's pre-digested earthworm castings and back guano. It's got kelp enzymes, it's amino acids, vitamins. This is about establishing health and vitality of a plant. Before we ask it to grow, let's make it eager to grow and healthy. It has a very low NPK, which would tell you right away it's not a bloom booster. So it's a catalyst. You have to shake it up very well because of the earthworm castings in here. If you don't shake it up really well, you won't get the benefits of what has settled. This actually is a trigger mechanism that makes the grow big and vegetative work even better. This is your green up vegetative growth liquid concentrate. This is formulated to encourage in vegetables more horizontal lateral stem growth, because the closer to the ground the stem is, in nature, the heavier the fruit nature will produce, because that fruit doesn't have far to fall. Those synthetic fertilizers that produce quick, skinny stalks that go up that have to be staked or caged, and the wind's blowing them all over, nature doesn't respond with energy to build big fruit on those plants. But the closer the lateral stem grows, the bigger the yield. So this is formulated to encourage that. Once you start to see flowering or budding, Tiger Bloom, again, used with the Big Bloom as a catalyst. Tiger Bloom is formulated, anything you're growing for taste or aromatic value, this enhances. Vegetables, citrus, herbs, lavender, roses, anything. And in flowers, it's formulated to intensify the color spectrum in flowers and to prolong the bloom cycle. If you have a customer comes up to your counter with a $30 hanging basket now, ask them, how would you like it to look this way in August? Well, what are they going to say? No, you have this at the counter. Because what this will do, most hanging baskets start in July, August to get real leggy and real thin. That's because they've worn out their energy and they're not getting what they need to stay vital and lush. This will keep a $30 hanging basket looking like a $30 hanging basket.
That's great. That's great. So actually, you want to use all three of these in conjunction then?
Yes, we actually, all my products have easy to follow directions on the back, general feeding, heavy feeding, whatever. Or we have feeding schedules located where my products are that give somebody an idea of a regimen to use if they're going to use this every week. The key to the liquids is not to use them every time you water, but every other time you water, because we want to constantly make sure you're flushing out excess salts from your rhizosphere so that you don't get nutrient lockout from things lingering there too long.
So it's possible that you could get too many nutrients and you really need to, like you say, flush them out.
Yes. Actually, let me just back up a second. Big Bloom is 100% organic. It's my only 100% organic product. It will never burn a plant, even if you were to use it straight. You're just going to waste your money if you use it straight. Always dilute it. Tiger Bloom is 80% organic. Again, 20% of this are key micronutrients that we formulated so a plant can access it and it maximizes the plant's potential growth. So this is 80% organic. The Grow Big is natural, but it's got some synthetic properties to it. I'd just like to be real clear on that.
Okay. And then last time you were in, we were talking about, and I brought this product in, Sledgehammer. And what exactly is Sledgehammer? What does it do?
Well, let me start by saying the Bush Doctor line was new last year. Our owner and the man that really generates all the new products, he wondered, okay, I've got the great soil, I've got great fertilizers, now what can I do to help a plant? Let's look below the soil line, the rhizosphere and the root activity. So we came out with 3 products, one of which is Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer is made from a yucca plant extract called saponin. So it's from a plant. What this does, it attacks the salt mineral buildup on a plant's roots. It bonds to it and literally busts it off the root. And it's also blended as a surfactant. So it washes all this out of your grow area or out of your grow medium. So if you're in a container, make sure you're in a saucer or you have a floor drain that this stuff can wash away, because you don't want it to stay in your grow area. You're defeating the whole purpose. Superior product for people with houseplants, because none of us, me too, we don't amend our houseplant soils. We just throw that Miracle Grow more every season in that same dirt. It may have been soil at one time, but now it's dirt. And that's why when you water it and the water sits for, seems like ever on the surface and it doesn't penetrate, but you know the plant's thirsty. That's because your soil tension is so hard from all the mineral salt buildup over the years. So what this will do, it'll rejuvenate, it'll flush out all that extra stuff, salt buildup, and subsequent waterings, you'll see your plant do much, much better. Marine Cuisine is formulated for the professional landscape, professional gardener, or the homeowner that says, you know what, I'm not really into gardening, but I like my landscape to look really nice. So I want something that I don't have to be out there every week or even every month. So we formulated 2 time-release products. Marine Cuisine is a time release with a little bit of slow release to get a plant started. And what this is for any acid-loving plant, tree, shrub. Easy directions, whether you're in a container, whether you're in a garden, raised beds, whatever it is you're growing, there's easy directions. Unlike other popular, quote, time release products that actually break down when the temperature gets warm, this is truly encased in a coating that will only break down over time with watering. So this is a great product. Follow the directions. You have to get this really 4 to 6 inches deep when you're planting, or the little critters in your environment will smell all the good fish fertilizer that's in here and come dig it up, which we don't want that to happen. We also have same philosophy, American Pride. This is formulated for any of the blooming perennials, shrubs, trees. A couple of things. This you need to apply one extra time a year because of the blooming aspect. So great for roses. It's got linoleic acid and iron and some good things that roses love. So these 2 are my time-release fertilizers.
Just a quick note on this American Pride. I did have one of the really true rosarian, one of my clients had come in. They were so excited to see that we had this. I think they ended up buying 6 of the packages because they said that's what they feel has proven to them for producing the best rose in all the shows that they do.
Nice. These are also available in 20-pound bags too. So maybe next time I come in, you will not only have some other products of mine, but some extra sizes too.
All right. And then the final two we're going to touch on today are the Jump Start and the All-Purpose from Happy Frog.
A rule of thumb, if it says Happy Frog, pretty much it's organic and natural, more organic, but natural too. Whether it's our soil or a fertilizer. If it says Happy Frog, you're going to be really happy. You're going to be happy because on the back of every Happy Frog product, there's 11 different varieties. On the back of every one, it lists the mycorrhizae and bacteria strains that are in here. And there's some key ones, especially if you're into vegetables, like Bacillus subtilis. That helps prevent mold and fungus, end rot on vegetables. So certain key strains of beneficial bacteria are more important than others. I encourage you to go on your internet search. If you don't know what these things do, check it out because you might be surprised at how healthy they're keeping your plants. And it tells you what it's derived from. And again, compared to some of our more popular competitors, there's no poultry manure and there are no steer manures in any of my products. They're all formulated to do specific things. It's a fine granular top dresser. This is for the monthly gardener, the person that says, you know, I like to go fishing or camping or maybe go see the grandkids. I can't be out there every weekend. This is your product. Put it in, turn it under about an inch, and just water it, and you're good for another month.
Well, that's interesting. And that poultry manure, not having that in there, that's important. I was talking to another organic company, and he had told me that the Chesapeake Bay near Maryland, they are having a lot of problems with pollution, and the number one contributor to the pollution in the lake is poultry manure, chicken manure. And I was kind of shocked at that because it's organic, but there's so much of it and it's trickling in there and it's causing some bad things. So that's important.
And there were E. coli scares last year. And I'm not accusing anybody of anything. All I'm saying is if you're going to grow something for consumption, you know, the peace of mind of knowing that there's one less thing to worry about sometimes is an added benefit to a product.
Right. Just like you brought up the E. coli scares, I mean, that's been in lettuce, it's been in tomatoes, and ultimately, you are what you eat. So let's talk last about the Happy Frog with the all-purpose.
Well, it's a 555, and actually, what's nice about this, let's say you do container plants, and every year or two you want to reinvigorate your soil. If you do like a top dressing of the 555 in the early spring, it will amend your container soil to a point. I think no more than one season would I reuse a container soil because of the risk of bringing pathogens or something in from last year's plants.
Yeah, I know. I always like to start fresh with new Happy Frog soil each year. And I love the idea of mixing those two together because then you're getting the benefit of the wetting agent, more in the Happy Frog, and then all the nutrient level in the ocean forest. So definitely for next year, I'm going to do that. Do you have anything else to add there, Mike?
Yes. We're in a tough economy now, and there are people that have lost jobs but still want to take more control over their own family's sustainability. So the Happy Frog line, there are two products, the tomato and veg and the fruit and flower, that people are making organic teas out of. And what this does, it allows them to foliar feed their plants outdoors. It allows them to be more economical in maintaining organic and natural fertilization for things they're going to consume. So that's another added benefit of this line. You can make your own organic teas and save some money.
And I've been reading a lot about those different organic teas, and everything I read is the earthworm is like the animal on the planet that just cures all, does all. It's an amazing species. So that's all we have for you today here on the No B.S. Gardener, and we thank you for watching, and stay tuned because there's always more headed your way.
Thank you.